In fact, on the whole orange team, there is no one who can speak for their family.
No,
they ought to have the wives playing, not the...
I think you hit on an important point. In the orange team, there's a lot of people who are not the heads of their household. Clearly, on the green team, you have men who are in charge of their household.
Well, they're masters of their domain.
I am. Even though I'm unemployed, I still wear the pants of the family.
Sure, of course you do, LaRue.
They're layaway pants. Right. But enjoy the game, and we'll be back after the game with highlights. And
most valuable player.
Of course, our next pregame will be the last Saturday in November, 11 a.m. Hi, Larry Wax back at Turkey Bowl headquarters. Want to cut away live for just a second, then we'll return you to the pregame portion of our show with the orange segment. First, I wanted to update you on a story that you may have heard about last night. Brian Bark, the highly touted recruit from the green team, called General Manager Monfort late last night and informed him he would not be playing. Brian joins us live via satellite from his home in Pikesville now. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Larry.
Brian, first tell us, what were some of your reasons for backing out of the game?
Larry, are you a schmuck? 40-man roster, millions of dollars in front of my face, and I want to play football with 35-year-olds. Who's kidding who?
How do you think this will affect the green team now that you're no longer on the roster?
What are you, crazy? I don't care. I don't care who covers them. Are you deaf? Don't you understand what I'm telling you? I just don't care.
Well, food for thought before we let you go. Well, what would it take to get you to play for the green team perhaps next year with a whole year of negotiations ahead of you?
Let's reevaluate the situation, Larry. In back of me, I have my National League Professional Baseball Club's contract, Atlanta Braves. And if I read Section 5B, it states the player and the club recognize and agree that the player's participation in other sports may impair or destroy his ability or skill as a baseball player. Accordingly, the player agrees that he will not engage in professional boxing, wrestling, and that, except with the written consent of the club, he will not engage in skiing, auto racing, motorcycle racing, skydiving, or in any game or exhibition of football, soccer, professional league basketball, ice hockey, or other sport involving a substantial risk of personal injury. And when you can match that the club agrees to pay the player at the rate of $109,000, $109,000 for each day of active service on the Major League roster, then I will reconsider playing in your game.
Okay, that's Brian Bark, the once and future prospect of the green team. Now we'll return you to the pregame show.
Welcome back to the Orange Grove. I'm Rob Sloan. This is Captain Dave Sandler of the Orange team. It's Turkey Bowl time again, and of course, it's our favorite time here at the Orange Grove. Time for some letters from Orange team fans around the state and around the tri-state area. Dear Dave, this is from a Fred Dutton in Elkton, Maryland. Dear Dave, winning the last 2 Turkey Bowls, the last 3 out of 4, would you call this an Orange team dynasty? Do you think you should look for some other competition?
Well,
good question, Mr. Dutton. Thank you.
I think it is a good question. I think that there's the parity in Turkey Bowl over the years has been green team one, orange team another. I think we've started to dominate over the past 3 or 4 years. I think the conditioning program that we've gone through in the off season has been spectacular. Do I think that we should look for other competition? There's really not much out there. So I think the green team is a formidable opponent. However, they haven't really been doing very well in the last few years.
Okay. From a Mrs. B. Tyler from right here in Baltimore. He asks, what about all this trash talking and taunting from Rick Monfort? Do you think the league should legislate against it? It's a good question. One of my favorite parts of Turkey Bowl is watching Rick in the huddle, not listening to the play being called and yelling across the line at us. Do you think they should do something about it?
Well, I remember as early as I think 2 years ago, Rick actually put plays together on pieces of paper and submitted that to team captain Joe Weinberg. And at some point, I think during halftime, John Jacobson, former quarterback for the Orange team, actually ripped them up in his face. So Rick's been a guy that you have to deal with as far as being a boisterous individual, somebody who really likes to take the bulls by the horn, and he's a big mouth, more than anything. He's just the guy that just is an actual big mouth.
Okay, let's go back to some more letters. Sal Vitale from Dover, Delaware. A lot of Orange team fans fanning out across the mid-Atlantic, asks, who do you think has cost the green team more games, Offit or Wax? That's a good question. In fact, if I might interrupt your answer, that's a good segue into a new videotaping offered by Orange Team Productions. It's called Green Team Bloopers, and it encompasses all 16 years of the Green Team. In fact, it's a great holiday gift. The only thing is it's a very long tape. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes. This tape is longer than Dances with the Wolves to encompass all of the Green Team bloopers. And it's $16.95. Just send your check right to Dave, in fact. But let's get back to that letter.
In fact, you can send them right here to
Detour Dave Incorporated. That way he pays fewer taxes.
Thank you very much. Well, the question was regarding the
Offit or Wax?
Well, I'd say Larry Wax has played in the league and played in the game for longer or as long as everybody else. 17 solid years, so he's coming into a 17th season. By just the numbers there, you'd have to say that Larry probably has cost his team more